Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to some more Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord. Today we are diving in with the brand new 1.8 update for Eagle Rising. This is the Ancient Era mod that goes ahead and transforms pretty much every single faction in Calradia to an ancient counterpart. It's just got its biggest update yet, some of which being that Carthage is now in the game. They have something like, I don't know, they have like 200 or 300 new assets for Carthage, along with 4 different unit trees. You have the basic, the Numidian, the noble, and also Spanish troop line. So Carthage is absolutely fierce with units. We have new assets for the Dacians, along with a brand new character, I guess, elite specialization tree now. So when you want to get Centurions or Optios, you have to kind of invest in them in a special way. We have a new infrastructure system for the buildings, and we have brand new bandits, as well as a ton of other things that I won't quite go over right away. So it's definitely an update you're going to want to dive in and start playing, because it is really fun, and I highly recommend it. So here we go. We are now in the campaign. As you guys can see, Carthage is now on the map, replacing where the Azorai are. Eventually, they do want to go ahead and kind of split this in two and have the Persians off into the east and the Carthaginians kind of as more of a coastal faction, but that will come later on down the line. You can also see a lot of the faction colors have changed as well. The Scythians taking up that blue color off into the east, and then we do, of course, have the 3 Romans, which eventually will be 2 as well if you're interested in that. Eventually, when we get the Greeks involved, which will probably be in the next update, we'll have the Greeks kind of position themselves in the north, the Macedonians and the Spartans and the Athenians, and then Rome will be kind of situated in just 2 factions, which will be really cool. Then we have the Britannians who have been moved to, the Gauls that have been moved to Britannia, and then the Dacians have been moved out here into the east as well. And you can kind of get a little bit of a glimpse of their new updated rosters, which are really cool. We'll take a look at all of that momentarily. I think the most thing we want to, obviously everyone wants to take a look at, is definitely going to be the Carthage rosters. They are brand new, and this is going to be one of their main troop lines. Carthage actually has, what, like 4 or 5 troop lines? They have this one, which is kind of like the Punic infantry troop roster. And look at all the different variants as well. There's so many. It's actually kind of disgusting how many different sets of assets they have. Every single unit across like all 5 of these troop trees have so many different assets. You can see some of the Carthaginian cavalry as well as the slingers. So that is going to be the kind of, I guess, the main melee infantry. Then I believe over here we have access to the spear line. So then this is kind of the Boreal spear line. And again, look at all the different types you have. It's just insane. Then you have all the hoplites. So that's going to be them too. Then we have the noble troop line as well. So the noble troop line is going to be over here in a castle. You have to see them, so you'll get access to all the Sacred Band, who again have some pretty gnarly stats, 160 across the board, and the assets just look amazing. The modder who works on this is pretty much just one guy pumping out, locked in the main mod creator's basement, just pumping out asset after asset is pretty insane. And of course, I'll leave a link to their Patreon down below in the description as well if you guys want to check them out. But yeah, it just looks incredible. They've done such an amazing job with Carthage. And then we also have Mercenaries as well, so not necessarily Mercenaries, but kind of like the Mercenaries you can buy here. And again, I'm pretty sure that these guys are, these are the Spanish Mercenaries. So there's an entire separate Spanish troop line, which is really cool. And it would be nice if they ever added in like a character you could speak to, maybe something here where you could buy them a bit more efficiently instead of like randomly waiting for them to pop up here. Maybe if there was like a Spanish emissary or something, you do some quests for him, and then you can maybe get access to buying the troops a little bit more freely. That'd be actually really cool. And then there's also a Numidian troop tree as well. I think they are again stuck in Mercenaries. But yeah, these are all the Massa, which are the Spanish right now. So it's going to be Carthage, again, looking absolutely amazing. They have some just incredible looking heroes. I believe this is the leader of the Quasi Republic. Yeah, right here, and he looks like an absolute beast. But all the units look incredible. A lot of the Lord Armors, just look amazing. And Carthage is definitely going to be a faction to watch on the campaign map. As I said, the Roman rosters have also changed as well. So you can get access to legionaries from the beginning of the game, and they do just have one basic. I'm a legionary. We're going to upgrade and go from there. And again, they have 19 different variants of these legionaries, changing armor pieces, helmets, and shields, and other stuff like that, which look really incredible. And I think now as well, they do have some custom legionary shields as well, depending, which would be really cool. Again, a really cool mechanic in the future where you could like specify you are a certain legion and all your units have them. That'd be really cool. And of course, we have the auxiliary troop tree. So a big rework has come to the game now as well with regards to battles as well. We now have pretty much most tier 1 and tier units are now just equipped with these shields and spears. To represent more of the warfare of the time, a lot of the lowly units are just having that, you do just have that kind of that spear and also a shield. So when you are fighting these lower tier armies, your swords are going to cut them to pieces. So it kind of is going to really differentiate between them low tier units and also them high tier units, and I really like that. However, don't fret, these spears aren't like vanilla. The spear rework mod has been integrated into Eagle Rising now from the permission of the original modder, so spears are actually decent in this. So even if you do have fighting a very low tier army, your spears are going to still be very deadly and still be able to do a lot of damage as well. So don't worry too much about that. Spears are considerably better with the spear rework mod, a lot more deadly, which is very nice to see. We also have brand new Barbarians being added in for the looters now. So looters will now be specifically way more kind of, I guess, on theme for the time period. So instead of having these looters and forest bandits, you're going to be having a lot more of these bandits that are representative of the time itself. Of course, right now, this is just simply a bit of a placeholder. They want to have more region-specific guys later on down the line. You can see some of the assets up here as well. I mean, these are just lowly soldiers, and they look absolutely incredible right off the bat. But yeah, these are just simply lowly soldiers. And again, the bandits will be a lot more, I guess, fine-tuned later on down the line as well. But yeah, just having these guys instead of like forest bandits and other units is really, really awesome and definitely a nice change. Again, it just keeps that more immersion going, which is really nice. If we can just retreat from here and probably run away, that would be perfect. We'll just leave here and yeah, let them go on their merry way. Again, we have some more Roman assets as well. Some more of these armors and other stuff have also all been added, which adds in lots more love into the game. We also have a brand new, if you press Control M, we have a brand new specialist recruitment system. So these are going to be units that are, give certain bonuses, just these really elite soldiers, which you'll be upgrading from your tier 5 infantry. So when you get your basic tier 5 infantry to tier 5, you'll be able to then upgrade them. You have a capacity, and these guys will offer certain bonuses to your army. I believe a lot of the flag carriers increase like melee defense or morale or other things like that. And you also have some bodyguard as well that you'll be able to promote and keep up. Obviously, we don't have the tier 5 infantry, so we can't do that. And then these bodyguards will follow you around the city, which is really nice. But this is a cool system. Again, a great way to be able to have your more elite units and kind of keep them alive, and you can see them bonuses as well, these officers. And again, I really hope they run more of this system, allow you to kind of more customize them, and yeah, they give like really big bonuses and maybe have a much more like larger kind of I guess death rate, so they kind of stick around, and then maybe even be able to name them as well. Like, yeah, depending on how many officers you have, it'd be cool if you could then give them a specific name as well, and that would kind of when you see them die, that can make it quite sad as well. So a really cool new system, and again, that is just Control M if you're wondering exactly how that does how you actually get that up. It's just Control M, really easy to grab. Then of course we have the Britannians out here to the west. They have now been moved. They've replaced the Dacians, and I think that's much more correct, because now they are a lot closer to the Romans, so we'll be getting these Gallic wars way quicker now, which I think is a much better addition to it. However, Britannia definitely do struggle quite a lot. You can see that their roster is quite vast now, more assets being added. A lot of these lower tier units are equipped with just a spear, and then we get onto the swords as we go further on down the line, and then of course the Bloodsworn and everybody else. As I said, we have got a bunch of new Dacian, a bunch of new Dacian assets as well. And you can see some of their units as well when they load, looking very nice indeed, with them really scary armor-piercing falxes as well, able to really get stuck in and do some serious damage. Their bowmen looking very fierce as well, kind of very much like Dacian aesthetic, and even some two-handed berserkers as well, which I think is very fitting indeed. We have also got a replacement for the Germanic tribes in the north. However, Germania isn't a faction that is done yet, so they are still just the Sturgians, but their faction has been set up. I believe eventually what they want to do with the map as well in itself is they want to replace a lot of these tribes with less factions. So basically the Dacians will be cut into 3, the Britannians will be cut into like 2 or 3 factions, the Germanians will be cut into separate factions as well. But until the Romans and the Greeks are really added in, it's quite hard to do that, because then they will just get stomped by the big powers of the Romans in the north. So yeah, until that, I guess everybody's going to kind of stick in their own faction, and we definitely do want to replace that. You can also see a bunch of the cool new tunics as well. Plenty of new assets there have also been added into the game. As I said as well, there is a brand new settlement infrastructure mechanic. So when you get cities, you'll be able to focus on having urban infrastructure, rural infrastructure, civil infrastructure, and each of these will give certain bonuses to the city. And overcrowding, they basically try to look at the building mechanic and kind of go quite hard with it, which is cool. I think mods like Banner Kings do a great job at that. So more of that kind of late game settlement building is awesome to me. And yeah, that's about it for the update. I say there are a bunch of other small things of like minor assets and other things allowing you to take over certain factions, which is really cool. And the way that I believe now when you conquer settlements, you can now convert it. So if Rome conquers some of the Carthaginian lands, they won't be able to recruit legionaries there, but they'll be able to recruit auxiliaries, which is again quite a cool kind of system. And I imagine later on down the line, they'll probably make kind of custom Eastern auxiliaries and so on and so on. But that is, yeah, they probably want to add in the Greeks and other factions until then, which is cool. Also, I feel like I've never seen this island here before. Am I making this up? Has this island always been here? Kind of feel like it's TP'd its way in. But yeah, that's going to be it for the update. I'll go ahead and leave a link to it down below in the description, along with the mods Patreon. I highly recommend you go and show them some love. And yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite mods. I will definitely be doing a let's play on it, so make sure you subscribe for that if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next one.